Welcome back, guys. This here is part 2 of the walkthrough for Dark Souls 3. We have taken down Vort, as well as gone through the first two areas, the tutorial and the High Wall of Lothric. It has been a minute, so let me look. Okay, so we have to run up here. Before we can go through, we have to run up here. So what we're going to do is not be stupid. I think I was pressed for time last time, and so I didn't actually come up here first. But I would recommend coming up here before you take down Vort. Yeah, okay. So this here is Priestess Emma. She does not play a big role, but she does give you the small Lothric banner, which is what you need to progress after killing Vort, as well as giving you the Way of Blue, which will be your first covenant that you come across in this game. Now you can leave right here, or you can kill her. If you kill her, you get another item. If you kill her, you get the Basin of Vows. That will activate another boss fight if you walk up to that statue right there. I would not recommend it this early. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to run over here and try not to die to this thing. You don't have to kill it, it's just, it'll make my life a little easier. Well, I say it'll make my life easier, it looks like I'm making my life a lot harder, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. But we want to pick up this. This is the Lucerne. It's a polearm type weapon, kind of like a halberd, but not exactly. We won't be using it, but I wanted to let you know where it was. So right now what we're going to do is rest at this bonfire, and we're going to go back to Firelink. Because I believe, yes, we do. We have one of these, which we want to turn in and get another Estus. Come down, hit reinforce, and there we go. Go ahead and remove that. We don't need that. Alright, we're going to go back to Vort, and then we're going to actually progress into the next area. I believe I'm only going to do this one area today, as there is a good bit of stuff here. There's a couple quick little things that you can do to get through a little faster, which I will show. We are not watching cutscenes. See, I don't like the fact that they put so many bonfires like right next to each other. You just get Vort, and now you've got this one. It doesn't make good sense to me. But once you leave that bonfire, immediately turn left, and you'll get a large soul of a deserted corpse. And we're going to come down here. And instead of going towards that gate, we're going to come back this way. Around this carriage there's going to be 2 dogs. 2 tough dogs. Who are guarding the alluring skull, which would really help with dogs. Alright, so when you get over here you see all of these pilgrims. And they're all just dead. Except for that one. You can see he's moving. You can talk to him. This is Yoel. He is necessary for one of the endings to the game. The Dark Lord ending. You need him to be able to complete it. Over here on the other side from him is going to be your Homeward Bones. Alright. See, you can stay out here and kill all these guys. They do not give you souls, and you will see why in a second. Once these dogs come out, they just start killing them. So they made those enemies where they do not give you souls, because it would be very cheap, and you could just use the dogs to get basically unlimited souls. Alright. So now that we're actually making progress in the right direction, I will show you where to get the items in this area. This here is going to be your small leather shield. You want to come up this way, because if you don't, this guy will drop down on your head. I wish I could actually hit him, that'd be nice. There we go. Alright. So, out here is a quest item. This is the... Oh shit. Well, I fucked that all to hell, didn't I? Alright, let's go back up here. We gotta come back in here anyways. But you have several of these hooded guys in here, which is not really that good, because they can, I don't know why they didn't, but they can swarm you and kill you relatively quickly. Anyways, we got the charcoal bundle there. Here's another charcoal bundle. So that'll be good for the boss of this area. So, right, I need to get that item. I gotta get the quest item. I can't believe I'm somehow like hit this wood and just shot off. That's stupid. Okay. The hell? Oh. Right. There's repair powder up there as well. I guess I'll run back one more time and get it. Gotta do a lot of running back, huh? But I guess I want to show y'all where you can find everything. This here, I've never used it. Ever. Because when you rest at the bonfires in this game, it automatically resets your weapons HP as well as yours. So the repair powder in this game is really not worth getting, in my opinion. See, there's a lot of enemies out here. But if you have fire bombs, all of these barrels back here explode. Why did that only explode on the one? Come on. I want to aggro everybody. I will aggro everybody in a second, but that's not what I want at the moment. There we go, that's what it's supposed to do. Explode and launch every damn body. Alright. So right now we want to pick up this Estus shard here. Over here we get an ember. Roll. I don't know how that hit me. Alright. But you definitely want to come through this doorway right here. Well, I guess that's perspective. You don't definitely want to, unless you want what I'm about to show you how to get. You want to fall down this hole, because that door will not open from the other side. In here you've got Estus soup, which gives you almost a full heal. We've got extra health for this area. There's more Estus soup later that'll basically give you a full heal. And you get the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant, which we are going to equip. We're not going to be doing any online play. It's just I like the little sun up in the corner. So, alright. Now there are two ways that you can go from here. You can go this way, which will take you into another area with a crystal lizard. You can get the whip, and there's a couple other things. But right now we want to go back up here, and we want to knock down these corpses. You don't need all of them, you just need this one, but it's very hard to get. There we go. Soul of a deserted corpse. See, you can go that way, or you can actually go up this way to get there. Up here, you can get a Titanite shard, and you can see the little thrall guys here that'll fall down on your head if you go that other way. We will be going that way, just not right now. We might go backwards through that area, because I recommend going this way, because you can get to everywhere that you need to from this way. Roll. I said roll, you bastard. There we go. And I love the fact that you can just roll into these guys and it'll just completely stop them from doing anything. Alright. So right here, you need to roll through these barrels. Well, not necessarily roll through them, but you need to come back this way. There's an item there, but it's a trap. There are thralls all over the place. You can see one up there. Do I have... Get rid of that. Yes, I do. Okay. Oh, shit. I hit the wrong button there. Damn it. Like I said, there's thralls every damn where. I was trying to get you a bird's eye view of them, but it's not that easy. Oh, shit. I was on the wrong thing. But yeah, there's one behind the wall there, waiting for you to come get this bait item, which is nothing more than a fading soul. It's just 50 souls, that's it. So they try and make you want it, but then you really don't need it. And again, you don't have to kill all these guys, like you really don't. I'm doing it just because they're in my way. Alright, right there is another item. We will get to it in a minute. Oh, did I just fuck up? I just fucked up. Okay. It's fine. I'll go back that way. I can go ahead and show you what that item was. This item over here is not my favorite shield. It's the Caduceus round shield. And I'm not really a fan of it. Okay. Anyways, we'll come back up here. Because this is where I was trying to get to in the first place. Now here we get an item. It's the plank shield. Shittiest shield in the game. And the only non-hostile one of these guys that just says random rambling nonsense.
The ground and carries a cage. He ever has his cage. And Nana's never coming back. So come into the cage and become Nana's shade.
I have no idea what the purpose of this guy is. Like, whatsoever. I have no idea. Anyways. So now, you see this little area over here. But you're like, how do I get there? You run and jump. You want to run across those rocks and jump to over here. And this will take you to this guy. Don't attack this guy. He's not hostile. Before we do anything, we're going to come over here and knock that down. On his back, he has his cage. You can examine it, and you will actually crawl inside of his cage. Now he'll walk for a second, and then he just throws you away. He throws you down a hole. There you go. Now the only reason that you want to come down here at all is to find this guy over here. He will invade you in a little bit, but you want to find him to get your Mound Maker's Covenant. You want to say indeed?
Yes, then we are just fine. It's important to... but... beware.
Oh. Yeah, there we go. You got to talk to him again. Sorry.
You'll go.
And he'll give you a homeward bone because there's no other way out of here.
This pit is for others.
This here is your War God wooden shield. And if you do online play with the Mound Maker's Covenant, this is where you come to give your vertebra shackles, which is your covenant item for this covenant. Alright. So we are going to homeward bone back to the last bonfire that we rested at. Alright, since we've already killed everything out here, we're just going to run through it. Roll, 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 roll. I said roll. God, why is it not working? There we go. Ooh, get out of my way. Alright. Over here. Drop there. Heal. Fuck off. Alright. So we're gonna run back this way. And we'll go over this bridge. Because I believe the door should have stayed open. There are enemies behind us. This is a trap item. They wake up. There's the flamberge. Good. Okay. Yeah, it was open. There are a couple items up here that we will get. Just not right now. So right now we want to run under here and get this bonfire. With the entirety of the undead settlement following us. There we go. Now we can rest. And when I said that you can get anywhere that you want to go from here, I mean it. Like, your actual progression to the next area is right here. Like, it's literally that bridge right there. What you're meant to do is run down that way. Run down, come across, and go across that bridge. So, yeah. We're not exactly going to do that. But we are going to run up here. So what you do is you come up here, run down, you'll drop off there, and go down those stairs. But where we need to be is over there. We need to get in that building to take out the boss of this area. So we need to get to that side. We need to get over there. So that's where we're headed. See, if you go down there before coming up here, these guys will all throw fire bombs at you. Point proven. Alright, right here you get the hand axe, and this guy here is Cornix of the Great Swamp. And he will teach you pyromancy. Alright, you can ask to learn pyromancies, and he will go back to Firelink Shrine. Alright, now that the firebomb guys are dead, we're going to drop back down here. Right there's the bridge where we dropped off to get to the bonfire. You want to watch for this. He has a big pot that he will slam you with. Believe me, it is not fun to get slammed by the pot. Point proof. And these guys are hard to stagger early on. Like, you really need a bigger, heavier weapon to stagger them. But they have a chance to drop the Great Machete, which is a fairly good weapon, as I'm pretty sure it does bleed damage. Alright. You want to come all the way down to the end of that and get the fire clutch ring. Once again, we probably won't be using it. I will equip it right now just because of the fact that I have it and I don't have better rings to equip. All of these barrels here, if we had left them alone up there, all of these barrels are highly flammable and they will explode. Alright. So what we want to do now is drop back down right here. Turn around. And we'll get this Titanite shard. See, I don't actually plan to upgrade this axe a whole lot, because I'm planning for us to use some boss weapons. Because I think the boss weapons are just really cool if you have the right build for them. So, the dexterity weapons are fast, and the strength weapons are slow but hit hard. So, I think that this run will just do strength, because it's fun. So, this is not typical path. You want to come right here, and we're going to drop off the cliff right here, and immediately roll backwards into this doorway. Down here you'll get rats, and this is where you get the cestus weapon. I'm stuck in the middle of the rats. There we go. But this item right here is the cestus. It's a fairly good fist weapon, and I find it to be fun. In the darkness you get 2 little rats and 1 big rat. And the big rat will give you the blood bite ring, which gives you increased bleed resistance. Not all that useful in my opinion, because if it was like a tick over time, maybe. But the fact that it's not, bleed doesn't really matter all that much. You can have as much resistance as you want, but it won't really do you much good. Okay, there is a door in the middle there. You cannot open it yet. You have to buy a key for 20,000 souls. I'm going to show you a way to get around that. It's one of the reasons that we got so much health. Right, up there is where you can get to that crystal lizard right there, and the whip's up there. I don't know that we'll be going up there because I am a little bit pressed for time. But If we have time after we take down the boss, then we will go up there. But right now, what we're going to do is come around this corner and get invaded by the same guy that gave us the Covenant down in the Pit of Hollows down there. Alright, so what we need to do is keep him on us. Like, we don't want him backing up like that. We want him to come this way. See, at the very beginning I told you to take the young white branch item as your starting item. And this area is one of the reasons why. You want to jump that gap right there, and everything will just start falling down that hole if they're not hit by the arrows. This big glowing item here is what makes your heal more. It's an undead bone shard. You burn it at the shrine bonfire. Just waiting on them to get obliterated because it's funny. Alright. So you'll want to pick up all these items. There are 3 different places where this giant will shoot. And they're all around these white birch trees. And they all have young white branches at the base of them. Oh, there he is. I didn't even have to go back for him. If we jump over to here, he will literally just walk off the edge and you get souls for his death. I said he'd walk off the edge. He's going sideways. Where are you going? Yep, there he goes. You get souls and you get a vertebra shackle. The thing is, the enemies in the levels will actually hurt him due to the fact that he is mad. That Covenant allows you to both fight the enemies as well as the host in online. Flamberge up there. I always want to watch out when picking up items because there could be an enemy around any corner. And then back over here under the tree, you get your first ashes that you give to the Shrine Handmaiden to get new items in the shop. Alright. We are going to take that off. We're going to go ahead and put on our charcoal pine resin. Roll. This guy is bigger. Does not necessarily mean that he's harder to kill. He has more health, but he's slow. Alright, up these stairs, you will want to keep running that way. Turn around. Over here you get the Great Scythe. It's not a very good weapon, but I like the weapon. Like it can be fun to use if you know how to use it. Alright, over here we get the boss of this area. Can you guess what the boss is? I mean, we've got all these little guys just sitting here like praying to this giant tree. I wonder what the boss could be. I'll go ahead and do this. Alright, on this boss, if you just hit the boss himself, you will do no damage. You have to hit these pustules on his hands, on his back, just all over the place. All these white pustules, that is what you have to hit to take him down. They're on his legs, they're on his back, right there on his crotch area. Alright, the second phase of this is significantly easier than the first phase, in my opinion. Because in the second phase, it's just him. There are none of these other little enemies on you. See, there's one on his elbow up there, but I've never actually known how to hit it. See, the floor just crumbles away, and all of the little enemies that were still alive just fall to their death. And all of the brambles and everything that was on him, covering these other pustules, they're gone. So you can now hit the ones on his back, the ones on his leg. It's not that it's a hard boss by any means, it's not. The only hard part about phase 2 is that he grows an arm out of the front of his chest. Alright. Oh, he's dead. Okay. But if you notice, we're back in the same pit where we got the Moundmaker's Covenant. You have to come here before doing that boss to get the Covenant. Because otherwise, he's dead. Alright. So, since we defeated the boss of this area, we are going to try back to Firelink, and we're going to turn in our Estus Shard, we're going to turn in our Undead Bone Shard. See, for the Undead Bone Shard, you'll come down here and you'll just click burn it, and it will make your flask heal more. Now we have an Estus Flask plus 1. I'm wanting to say you can get 10 of those, and you can get 15 Estus Flasks total, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Alright, if you remember, we got Grey Rat out of that cell in the High Wall of Lothric. And he told us to give the ring to Loretta in the Undead Village. Well, unfortunately, Loretta was dead. So we give him Loretta's bone. He tells us we can keep the ring, we can sell stuff to him still, we can buy stuff from him. He has some good weapons. He's got a mace. The Bastard Sword was my favorite weapon in the first playthrough I ever did. He sells unlimited fire bombs, blood red mossclint, which again, I feel like would be better if it was like a tick over time, like you're actually bleeding instead of it just a big tick all at once. But what you gonna do? Alright. As well as over here in this corner, you'll come down to Grey Rat and you'll immediately come to this corner is where we find Yol. If you remember, we sent him here off of that bridge. And he will allow us to draw out true strength. He will give us 5 free levels total, but only 1 at a time. The way that we do that is we have to die until we are hollow, which we will not do right now, but we will do later. I think he sells sorceries. Yeah, he sells sorceries. So we will not be using any of those on this playthrough. Alright, there are a couple other things that we need to do here. Run across over here through this hole in the middle, and we'll find Cornix of the Great Swamp, our pyromancy teacher. He gives us a pyromancy flame. You can reinforce it with Titanite shards. We are not doing that. You can learn pyromancies, and you can purchase the pyromancer garb. It's not his garb, it's the starting class pyromancer garb.
Do not be gone for long.
Anyways, there's one last thing to do here right now. We need to go up here and talk to Ludwig. And we will give him the transposing kiln. That is what will allow us to get our boss weapons and things like that. So we are going to get Vort's Great Hammer. We cannot use it yet, but we will. And these are both dexterity-based weapons. This one right here is actually the weapon that I use on most of my playthroughs. Either this one or one that we'll find later. They are both boss weapons, and they are both very good. This is actually the sword of Lucatiel in Dark Souls 2, which I find to be relatively cool. Alright. Now, Vord's Great Hammer, it's a decent weapon. It is slow. We'll give her the Mortician's Ashes, which I believe allows, yeah, it allows for the purchase of the Tower Key. No. Grave Key? The Grave Key, sorry. And I think, yeah, and the bundles here. And I think that's it. Maybe the Human Pine Resin? I don't remember if that was in her stuff before or not. Anyways, but what we want to do is sell. We want to come down and sell all of our soul items. Because we want to get as many levels as we can. So we can start using our weapon. We need 30 strength in total. We got to 28, which works for me. Because at 28, where is it at? There it is. We can two-hand it. But we're also fat rolling at the moment, so we have to take off some of this armor. We keep pants on? Yeah, we can keep the pants on. There we go. See, like I said, it's a slow weapon, but it deals a lot of damage, which is what we want right now. Alright. We are going to go back to the cliff underside. Okay. We have a couple more things to do in this area, and then we will stop this video, and we'll move on in the next video to the next area. Look at that, we've started one-shotting enemies here. Alright. I'm going to wait on them to get moving. The dog is glitching through the bridge. I don't know what he's doing. He's stuck in the bridge. That looks fun, don't it? Oh, he's free. He made it. Where was the evangelist? I don't know. I don't care. That one undead bone shard increased our heal significantly. Alright. So now, we get Egon of Kareem over there, but we're not going to mess with him yet. Because we are being chased by that thing. So we're going to go in here to avoid getting killed. The elevator moves on its own, quote unquote. He does that. We'll step on this. And as you see, our friendly Onion Knight comes up. From below. Alright, you bastard. You're hurting my friend. Get down here. You want to hurt my Onion Knight? I'll hurt you back. Yeah, that's what I meant. But when you give things frostbite, they take a little bit extra damage. So that's good. Alright. We're going to skip through dialogue a lot in this walkthrough. You don't technically even have to talk to him. But we're going up to get another soul item. And we're going to be dropping off onto that platform on the way back down. So we'll get that soul item. And we're going to go up these steps, and you'll find the giant that is shooting the arrows that are helping you. He's looking over this way. You can see where we were over there. And he's shooting arrows to help you. If you don't have that young white branch from the beginning, he will attack you with the arrows. You can come up here and talk to him before you go over there, and he'll give you that same young white branch.
I help anytime.
And he'll say, I'll help anytime. Alright. Moving on. This side? Nope, it's this side. And you can hear our Onion Knight friend is now up here. He fell off of the lift, trying to get to the top. So now he's here. And what we're going to do is we're going to run down here against his wishes and attack this demon down here. He will actually, his name is Greatwood. He will actually come down to help you. I don't actually know what hit me there, but okay. Like I said, this weapon is slow, but it deals an insane amount of damage. And it deals a lot of stagger damage, which is what we like to see. Anytime we can stagger an enemy, we love it. He'll give you a fire gem, and then he sits down. You talk to him, and you get Zeekbrow. You can trade that to the crows that I showed you before, or you can drink it, and it'll give you a heal. He gives you that emote, and then he goes to sleep. And we get the sleep emote. Alright. There are a couple things down here. There's a ring out here that we will not actually be using because we're using a very heavy weapon. We need this. That is our current armor that we started with. And over on this other side, we get the Pale Tongue item. Next, you want to come up here and go up these stairs. There's an item over here. Yeah, you can't lock onto those. You get the red bug pellet. Fairly useless. We're gonna come up here. I'm really getting pressed for time here, so I'm just gonna kind of barrel through this last little bit of this area. And I know that's not really the way that I want to do it, but I am getting fairly pressed on time. So we're gonna just run through, pick up these last few items, and move on to the next area. And that's where I'm going to cut it for the day. If you open this chest here, I believe it's just human pine resin. All of these things above you will fall. Yeah, it's human pine resin. With our current weapon, they are fairly easy to take out, as we one-shot them every time. Now, up here, we get 2 evangelists that we are not messing with. One of them is bad enough, getting both of them in the same place. No. This here is your Flynn's ring. That ring means that if you have a lower equip load, you deal more damage. See, I say that we're not going to be using it because even with just pants on, we're at 30. Which is like the max that it does anything at all. And it's not worth it when we have all these other rings that are actually, doing something. Especially when we get a ring right here that will actually trump it by any standard. We're going to get rid of the fire clutch ring because we don't need it anyway. And we are going to see where we are. Did I run the wrong way? I ran the wrong way. My bad. It'll come out right here on the other side of the bridge. So what we're gonna do... Ah, there it is. I knew there was an ember around here somewhere. So now we're gonna just run back this way. Pick up the ember off the bridge that we missed before. And once we get back in here, I know that the elevator is currently down because we rode it back down. We need to send it back up and get on that one right there. We need to go down. Once we get down here, we will find an ember and a fairly strong enemy. It's not an unbeatable enemy, but I'm going to show you a cheap way to beat it. So when you pick up the ember, he starts coming for you. And he has another weapon that deals frostbite damage. You want to come out this door right here and have him come up to the door. Because he is leashed to that door. So you can actually, kind of cheat. And just like have him... Can I not die, please? Especially not right here at this bonfire. Let me do that. So if I die, I'm at least right here. Oh shit. I forgot about that. And there we go. He's dead. And you get the Irithyll straight sword. I used it also on my first playthrough. It is a faster version of kind of what we have, but it's dexterity based. And it deals frost damage. It's pretty good. See, it deals 55 compared to this one's 110. So we're going to rest here. And that is all the time that I have for this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next part.